Money feels solid. Numbers in your bank account feel real. Salaries, prices, savings. All of it feels grounded in something tangible. But here's the mystery. What if money hasn't been real for decades? And the entire world is running on belief instead of value? Every country is in debt. Every crisis is solved with more money. And yet, nothing ever feels fixed. So the question isn't why inflation exists or why debt keeps rising. The real question is, what changed quietly that made this outcome inevitable? To answer that, we have to rewind to the moment money stopped being what it pretended to be. For most of human history, money was constrained. Gold, silver, land, labor. Money was tied to something scarce, something physical, something that limited power. Kings could debase coins, empires could steal, but there was always a hard ceiling. You couldn't create gold by decree. You couldn't print silver from nothing. That limitation wasn't a flaw. It was the system's only defense against abuse. But limits are inconvenient to power. By the early 20th century, nations were fighting larger wars, building bigger governments, and promising more than their economies could realistically support. Taxes weren't enough. Gold wasn't enough. So the solution wasn't honesty. The solution was financial engineering. The shift began quietly. Central banks emerged as stabilizers. Their public role was simple: smooth cycles, prevent panic, manage money responsibly. But behind that language was a deeper transformation. Instead of money being something earned, it became something issued. Instead of savings funding loans, debt created money. Fractional reserve banking normalized the idea that banks could lend far more than they actually had, because not everyone would ask for their money at once. This wasn't yet the breaking point. It was the rehearsal. The real turning point came in 1971. That's when the U.S., the anchor of the global financial system, ended the last link between money and gold. No announcement of collapse, no alarms. Just a speech and a promise. From that moment on, money became pure confidence. And confidence is easy to expand until it isn't. Once money was untethered, growth exploded. Governments could spend without immediate consequence. Banks could lend without full reserves. Markets could expand on leverage instead of savings. Debt stopped being a temporary tool and became the engine. Households were encouraged to borrow. Corporations were rewarded for leverage. Governments learned that deficits could be rolled over indefinitely. Every problem had the same solution: more liquidity. Recessions, lower rates, crashes, bailouts, stagnation, stimulus. And each fix worked short term. That success hid the cost, because every unit of new money diluted existing value. Every rescue rewarded risk-taking. Every delay made the system more fragile. Debt grew faster than productivity. Finance grew faster than the real economy. And money flowed upward toward those closest to its creation. Still, nothing seemed broken. Yet, the 2008 financial crisis wasn't an accident. It was a stress test. Banks had created oceans of credit on the assumption that prices would always rise. Risk was hidden, sliced, repackaged, and sold as safety. When reality interrupted confidence, the system froze. And here is the key moment most people miss. The system didn't collapse because it was saved. Saved by trillions of newly created money. Saved by central banks stepping in as buyers of last resort. Saved by socializing losses while privatizing gains. That rescue set a precedent. Failure would no longer be allowed, but consequences would still exist. Just not for everyone. After the crisis, something strange happened. Markets recovered. Asset prices surged, but wages stagnated. Why? Because newly created money doesn't enter the system evenly. It flows first to banks, governments, and asset holders before prices adjust. This is how inequality expands without a conspiracy meeting. It's mechanical. Housing becomes unaffordable. Stocks disconnect from fundamentals. Savings lose purchasing power. People feel poorer even as economies grow. The system didn't break. It worked exactly as designed. Each new shock brought the same response, just bigger. Lower rates became zero rates. Zero became negative. Emergency programs became permanent tools. During recent global crises, money creation reached levels once considered impossible.